Hey there, and welcome to this week's Sunday Musings, where every week I spend a little time talking about something that's on my mind. I also write a complimentary weekly blog hosted on Medium. The link for that is right here. The blog has similar content to the topic of our video blog. However, additional resources, hyperlinks to things you might want to check out, things like that. You can also subscribe on Medium and get a link to both the video and the written blog at the same time, every time I drop something new. So welcome to another Unexpected Wisdom. I don't know if you've seen one of these before, but children's books provide some of the most amazing nuggets of wisdom and information. I honestly think sometimes they were written more for the parents reading them than for the children, because a lot of this is wasted on kids, at least until they're a little older. This week I want to explore the book Horton Hatches an Egg and focus on one line from the book. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. It's an interesting phrase, especially in today's world. There are a couple things I think that we can consider when we talk about this phrase. The first is it's our truth. I meant what I just said, and my stance is firm. I am taking a stand on this. I'm not going to change my mind, and you're not going to talk me into something different. I think the primary thing, especially if we think back to kids, is when you have the mommy-daddy syndrome. Mom says, no, you can't, and the kid goes over to dad, and sometimes they get a yes. But if they don't have that mommy-daddy syndrome and they only have a single parent, or they're asking, or you're asking a boss for something and they say no, and you try and phrase your question just a little bit differently to see if you can get the yes you want. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with asking again, because if you don't ask, you can never get a yes. But when they look at you and say, no, I meant what I said. I am firm in my stance. I am taking a stand. And I think it's important, if you really believe in something, to take that stand. The second instance I'd like to invite us to think about a little bit today is when we correct others. Somebody says something, and you might automatically step in and correct the words they use, or finish their sentence before they finish it. Or if the English isn't their first language, perhaps offer them words. And that can be a really slippery slope. I invite you instead to ask questions when somebody says something you don't agree with, or you don't understand, or wait for them to ask for assistance if they're struggling for a word. Some people take a little longer to think about what they want to say. They struggle a little bit, and that's okay. Some people are not right off the tongue and talking and doing, and they've got it right there. Instead, what they need is a moment to collect their thoughts, formulate what they want to say, and get it out. If somebody is not a native English speaker, it might take them a while to remember the right words, or to figure out the best way to phrase what they're trying to say. If it's a difficult conversation, it might take a moment. So I really invite you to wait when somebody says something you're unclear on or you disagree with. Take a deep breath and pause, and give them a moment to decide if this is what they meant to say. Ask probing questions. Don't leap in to finish their sentences or change their words. Ask if they would like assistance or if they need help, or wait for them to ask you. Giving silence in a conversation can really increase the depth of that conversation and give somebody an opportunity to think for a moment without pressure and to say what they really meant to say. And if you don't understand, asking questions can go to a deeper conversation and more effective communication. So those are my thoughts for this week, and I'd love to hear yours. And until next week, stay safe.